Recently, you must be coming across the topic annual G7 summit, several times in different news daily. Here, in this video we will ponder upon the G7 in detail and India's role and participation in it. As invited by the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has participated in the outreach sessions of the G7 summit on June 12 and June 13, 2021 in a virtual format. The UK currently holds the presidency of the G7. India, along with Australia, Republic of Korea and South Africa, were invited as guest countries for the summit. Are you familiar with the term G7? What is G7? The G7 comprises the US, UK, France, Germany, Italy, Canada, and Japan. It is an intergovernmental organization that was formed in 1975. The bloc meets annually to discuss issues of common interest like global economic governance, international security and energy policy. The G7 forum also discusses several challenges such as oil prices and many pressing issues, financial crises, terrorism, arms control, and drug trafficking. The G7 does not have a formal constitution or a fixed headquarters. The decisions taken by leaders during annual summits are non-binding. The inception of the G7 dates back to a meeting between current G7 member countries, excluding Canada, that happened in 1975. The meeting started as the Library Group founded by then US Treasury Secretary George Shultz. The heads of state and government of 6 leading countries, the US, Germany, France, Japan, and the UK, gathered at the meetings to deliberate on stabilizing the global economy that had gone into recession due to the 1973 OPEC oil ban. The G7 was known as the G8 for several years after the original 7 were joined by Russia in 1997. The group returned to being called G7 after Russia was expelled as a member in 2014 following Russia's annexation of the Crimea region of Ukraine. Let's see the significance of G7. The major purpose of the G7 is to discuss and sometimes act to help resolve global problems, with a special focus on economic issues. In response to mounting concern over money laundering, the Financial Action Task Force was established by the G7 group in Paris in 1989. It became more relevant in the 1980s when it started discussing issues related to foreign policy and security as well. In recent years, G7 leaders have met to formulate common responses to challenges encompassing counterterrorism, development, education, health, human rights, and climate change. In 1997, the G7 countries agreed to provide $300 million in order to contain the effects of the reactor meltdown in Chernobyl. Then, in 2002, members decided to launch a coordinated response to fight the threat of AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. This led to the formation of the Global Fund, an innovative financing mechanism that has disbursed more than $45 billion in aid. In 2015, members launched the Global Apollo program. It was designed to tackle climate change through clean energy research and development. The program calls for developed nations to commit to spending 0.02% of their GDP on tackling climate change from 2015 to 2025. This would mean spending $150 billion over a 10-year period. It is considered to be the second most important grouping after the UNSC which can effectively deal with global issues. Agenda of G7 in year 2021. The recent summit of G7 was held in Cornwall, England from 11th-13th June as the UK was holding the G7 presidency for 2021. It witnessed a hybrid of physical and virtual participation. The theme for the summit is Build Back Better, and the UK has outlined 4 priority areas for its presidency. They are leading the global recovery from coronavirus while strengthening resilience against future pandemics, promoting future prosperity by championing free and fair trade, tackling climate change and preserving the planet's biodiversity, championing shared values and open societies. The key element that is making Washington take the important step of engaging with Moscow to contain the damage in their bilateral ties is that the US wants to focus on its strategic rival, China. This ties in well with the US president's initial foray into multilateralism. Trump held the first summit of leaders of the Quad, Australia, India, Japan and the US. This is considered as contrast to Trump's style of dealing bilaterally. G7 and India. Since 2014, this was the second time Prime Minister Modi participated in a G7 meeting. India had been invited by the G7 French presidency in 2019 to the Biarritz summit as a goodwill partner, and the Prime Minister participated in the sessions on climate, biodiversity and oceans and digital transformation. During Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's UPA rule, India attended the G8 5 times. In 2020, US under President Donald Trump had extended an invitation to India. Calling the G7 a very outdated group, Trump had suggested that the group of 7 be called G10 or G11 by including India, Australia, South Korea, and Russia. That, however, did not happen owing to the pandemic and the US elections outcome. India views G7 summit largely as an important platform for deliberations and to have a stance on global stage. India's ability to safeguard its core sovereign concerns such as trade, Kashmir issue and India's relations with Russia and Iran can be discussed with G7 members. India raised issues on climate change and at meetings which signaled India's growing willingness to lead on issues that are points of contention for countries like China and the USA. Significance of India at G7. As current president of Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, BRICS, and G20 president in 2023, India will play a key role driving in multilateral cooperation, helping to build back better around the world. Significance of G7 for India. With an assertive China looming, the US is calling all like-minded countries to partner in dealing with Beijing. If Biden and Johnson want to take the leap forward and constitute a global democratic alliance of 10 to 11 countries, it will be an important signal. India is likely to get vaccines from the US, both directly as well as through COVAX. Initial estimates suggest India will get about 2 to 3 million vaccines in the first tranche. On Washington's rapprochement with Moscow, New Delhi will be extremely relieved as the US can then focus on China. This will relieve some tension that are built into India-Russia relationship due to US rivalry with Russia. Critics of G7. The G7 has not been successful with respect to contemporary issues, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, the challenge of the ISIS, the crisis of state collapse in West Asia due to external intervention, etc. The G7 failed to head off the economic downturn of 2007-08, which led to the rise of the G20. However, in the short span of its existence, the G20 has provided a degree of confidence by promoting open markets and stimulus, preventing a collapse of the global financial system.